So good evening, everyone. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie, and welcome to our Monday night team call, which is open to absolutely everybody. So make sure you're inviting all your team onto this for lots of support, no matter where they are in the world. You just have to convert the time, obviously. So we're going to start off with some good news, like we always do. So let's start with Jennifer. Would you like to share your good news for the week?
My good news is right close to home. I may have spoken to you before about my grandson, who's 16 and a half, and he's a huge boy, 16 and a half, and a giant child. He was born a giant child, and he's been very young for a long time. And, we wanted to get him on weight loss, and, he'd take his shakes, but he'd still eat lots and lots of food. And he likes to cook too, so that's the problem, because he cooked a lot and ate a lot. But anyway, he goes to a Christian camp 3 or 4 times a year. And this is his last year, and he wants to be a leader there. So he wants to be able to go back and be a leader. So I think that might be a bit more motivation for him too. Also, I have to say he likes finishing well, and he wants to finish his last year at school really well. So I've said, well, why not continue and make sure that, you really do a great job with your weight loss. So he's already lost weight. You can see in his face, you can see in his body. So I'm going to start sharing photos soon.
That's excellent. You do a great job, Jennifer. You never give up on anyone, and you're always so supportive of everyone. So I think that's amazing. You're a great, amazing grandmother, but also, just someone that edifies everything that Herbalife is. So thank you for sharing that. I can't wait to see the photos. So now, where's Jan? So, hi, Jan. What's your good news for the week?
Okay, had a lady who buys 3 NRGs quite regularly, but the second last order I gave her, or the time before actually, I gave her a sample of the Formula One as well, because I really want to get her on it. Anyway, she loved it, so the second last order she bought the Formula One with the NRGs as well, so that was really good. Just a couple of days ago, she rang again and wanted some NRGs. Hadn't quite finished the Formula One yet, because she just has 1 shake a day for nutrition, and really, really beginning to feel the difference. She delivers for the post office, so she's always on the go and long hours and stuff. So really feeling the difference apart from the NRGs as well. And then one of the orders, because she bought the 3 NRGs, and I think it was the 3rd order that she did, I gave her a bonus product of the Dong Quai as well, because I do like to give a bonus product if they're not a VIP. And she really did appreciate that and really felt the difference with that as well. So the next time she's going to buy some as well.
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it, how giving samples or a gift when they order so many things, and they'll often continue to reorder it, which is really cool. I do like that. So samples definitely work. So thank you for sharing that, Jan. That's awesome. We've got Lydia. You had some good news to share.
Hey Shelley, how you going? So I did. So last Wednesday I actually got a personal inbox via Facebook, a message from an old client, but at the time I didn't realise that. So the message just came up, just wondering if I can get some Herbalife off you. So very time poor at that particular time I got the message. So I said, as I do to every new client, yep, no problem, would love to chat with you, love to have you out home and talk to you about the product. However, when I did grab more time, I had a look at the name and I went back in and do what I usually do, which is Facebook stalk. And I noticed in the messages previously that I did have a lot of contact with her, and I worked out that she was an old client from 2014. So I think just from, advertising every now and again and keeping it on my, my profile wall without vomiting Herbalife all over everybody, but just enough of Herbalife to let people know that I'm still in business. And that's how she said she found me again. So that's exciting. So yeah, I went down personally. I didn't muck around this time because I did go back over her chart, and she did lose 10 kilos in the 12 months with me. But I do remember her somebody that didn't measure and was a little bit lax on the scales as well. So I took it head on this time and actually went to where she worked. We found an empty office at the time. I took my scales, my measuring tape, and really set her up just like a brand new client. So she paid full retail for a minimum program. So that was good. So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So yes, you're always going to be people that want to come back onto the products, and that seems to happen a lot. They know how good they feel. They might go and try other things, but they always come back to Herbalife. I love that. And it's probably because we're so consistent with it, and we're showing that if you just stick with it, don't go off it, you will get results and continue to get good results. So leading by example definitely has its benefits. So thank you for sharing, Lydia. Irene, I know you've got some good news for the week.
Yes, actually, my cousin came out from Ireland and I hadn't seen her since we were children, and I didn't know what to give her for Christmas. So I grabbed some skincare and gave it to her. I didn't see her until last week. And the first thing she said to me was how wonderful and beautiful the skincare was. And, you know, we forget that the skincare is something just as good as the nutrition. Nutrition on the outside and nutrition on the inside. So I was really happy that she enjoyed it so much.
Excellent. So, well, that's great. And, you know, it's sometimes we forget about the skin, the nutrition from the outside, and it's such a beautiful product. So they make great gifts for Christmas. We've got Valentine's Day coming up. You know, that sometimes that's a good one to get people into as well. So I've got lots of different ways to give gifts, or even just, like you said, someone's visiting. And it's interesting, once they start using it, they want to keep using it because they know how good it is. Yeah. So, which is excellent. And, you know, of course, you've got beautiful skin. So, of course, they look at that and see that, again, you're leading by example. So thank you for sharing, Irene.
Pleasure.
So now I know Coral and Michael had this fantastic experience. They were chosen to go and meet and greet with Western Sydney Wanderers. So let's see if we can get you up and running, Coral. So you might just need to unmute yourself, and then let's see. I still can't hear you. Oh, yep. Can you turn it up at all, Coral? I still can't hear you.
That's as high as it goes. Not just something wrong with the computer. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's very quiet. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the volume by the looks of it.
Is that up fully?
Yes, that's up fully, 100%. We had a fantastic time as we won to meet and greet the Western Sydney Wanderers, as well as with the customer and met a few of the team members. Also, we had my grandson over to Gladstone over last weekend, and he's a very, very fussy eater. Gave him shakes and protein bars. Went away saying, "I want bananas yum yum," and his dad didn't know what it was, and sure enough, we're going to be ordering some products as well for him now. And also a lady I've helped get on the program this year is brought a daughter, lose weight. She's probably in a wheelchair, and so that's a big challenge for me at this stage.
Excellent. Well, I can tell you're doing great. Yep. I mean, you're helping people, you're signing people up, you're getting clients. You know, so you're obviously out there, you know, making it happen. So it's so great to see. So sorry, Coral, your picture's gone. I'd say just the internet connection, but that's okay. Thank you for sharing. And we did see all the photos on Facebook. So it's so great to see that you had that amazing reward for your consistent efforts. So thank you very much for sharing, even though it was a little bit hard to hear, but I did get the gist of what you're saying. And I think you just keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure Jennifer would totally agree with that.
Absolutely. And, you know, just to be a winner of that, you know, one of the few that got to see the Western Sydney Wanderers, you know, I mean, it just shows how well you're doing, Coral. You know, when you're up there at Deception Bay, a long way away, often by yourself, like shit, he's been up at Gympie, but you guys have got that leadership quality to go out and keep doing it. And, you know, you will see that this comes back to you down the track. And the more people know that you won this, you know, promotion, or you're part of that promotion, you know, that's going to do a lot for people to come towards you, even other distributors, and start working along with you.
So, yes. So it's fantastic. So many great people on the call with product results and experience. And I was just adding it up. I think there's on this call, there's at least 150 years of a Herbalife experience on this call tonight. How cool is that? I know, right?
I think mine's 100 years, I feel.
So how cool is that? So, you know, and success leaves clues. And it's, yes, I love having the new people as well, that you've got that new person's enthusiasm and excitement, and then you've got the experience, and you pull all that together. This makes a very strong group. I call you my mastermind group. So I've been doing a lot of personal development books, and they say, find your mastermind group. And I know that you're a part of that, because I need you, because I'm sure Lydia and a few other people that feel quite isolated sometimes. We're out on our own, doing it on our own in our towns, and we need each other to feel connected. It's so important. And obviously last week we talked about retailing, and I had Lindy and Irene, and was it you, Lydia, as well, on last week's call, all about retailing, which was really great. We got some great info about that. And of course, now that we have our customers, we want to teach our team how to create long-term product lovers and build, you know, good solid referrals and a really good retail business, because we know what happens from there. So let's just go through. I know we've done our good news, so let's just click on. So that was us sharing our good news. We've done that. So let's go on with follow-up. So I definitely want lots of feedback and interaction. So following up our clients is vital. It's such an important thing. You know, what would we rather do? Go out and keep getting new customers and new customers, or do we want to keep the ones we've got and then help them reorder, help them upgrade onto other products, and help the people they love and get referrals? Of course, that's what we want. And, you know, it could be the difference between you succeeding in the business or not. So this is something you need to get good at. You know, if you're a procrastinator, or you put things off, or you feel scared, or not sure, it's okay, because we all sometimes had to do it wrong before we did it right. So you've just got to find your way and your set of words and your style, and it's okay if you make mistakes, okay? You can tell your people when you get them, hey, I'm only new in the business, or I'm just learning how to do this, bear with me, because, you know, I'm still learning. Or grab your mentor, and so I'm just putting my phone on silent so it doesn't go off, and you know, use your mentor for three-way calls and things like that. Most people are happy to do a three-way call. I know I'm more than happy to do that with someone that's getting a new client and they want someone to talk to them. Yeah, not a problem. So remember, people don't want products, they want results. We're actually selling results. So this is why Jennifer always says to have a flip book and learn all the results and the stories and have them. It's all about results. So results inspire people to try the products, inspires people to continue using the products, and that's how you get your long-term customers, continually helping them get results, but also sharing the results that have already been achieved. So start collecting those before and afters, and there's so many of them out there. And if you see people on Facebook and you've got a great before and after, you know, ask them if you can use their story and share it. And it's, you know, it's amazing how easy it is to collect. When you go to events, the same thing. Ask people and do a story swap as well. I know actually when I used to first go to extravaganzas and things like that, everyone would have a copy of their story and they would do swaps. I remember that. So, you know, maybe we should get back to doing that at Spectacular. Print out your stories, make sure they're all done the Herbalife way with the individual results may vary. Print out your stories and take them, and we'll swap them with people at the Spectacular and get back to basics. So it's all in the career manual at day 1, day 3, day 7, day 14, day 21. So you want to call people when you say you're going to call them. But some of the extra things to point out is that getting people to measure, because you want to protect your clients' attitude, because we know that if they're only weighing, that's only one gauge, and what happens if their weight doesn't move? So we know that centimetre loss is really important, and of course we know that body fat, and like say this is 1 kilo, whatever it is, so it's 2.2 kilos of fat and 2.2 kilos of muscle. So they weigh exactly the same, but muscle's obviously leaner and takes up less space, and body fat takes up more. So if someone gets on Herbalife and they get all this great nutrition, they might start exercising, they start putting on muscle, and they're losing body fat, what could happen? Their weight could stay the same, might even go up a little bit, and we've all experienced this. And then what happens? The customer thinks, oh, the products aren't working. But we know if we measure, and we know if we've taken a before photo, and they can notice in their clothes and weight and the body scan, if you can get a body scan with them, they're all different ways of tracking their results to keep their attitude up. Because if they're only focusing on that weight and it's not moving, how are you going to get them to continue? How are you going to get them to have faith in themselves and the products when that happens? So you need to make sure they're measuring, and that you keep this in mind with the body fat and muscle. So, oh, where's the results chart? Just wait, let me click back. Huh. Okay, it's up here somewhere. I will find it. Okay, so follow-up questions to ask. You want to ask open-ended questions. So we're always taught at the start, don't ask questions that have a yes or no. Did you have your shake today? Is it easy for a client to say yes? Did you have your tablets? Yes. I was just talking to Caitlin about this today, and I would say to her, have you brushed your teeth? Yes. And I know, no. And it was a no, but she said yes. So we were actually talking about this. So your customers are not, it's not that they're lying to you, they're just not going to tell you everything. And so you need to investigate. Okay, so these are the sort of questions. How did you make your shake today? When did you have your shake? How did you go with your supplements? Did you take them? When did you take them? How much water? How much tea? How much aloe? What were your snacks? You need to ask questions that give you some feedback, and it's the perfect way to know if are they on track or are they off track. Because if you don't ask these questions and it gets to day 21 and they've been off track that whole time, it's very difficult to swing them back into wanting to continue and to reorder. So you need to make sure in those first, so really it should be starting on the program day 1, day 4, or day 3 and day 7. So that's 4 times in the first week for you to ask those sort of questions to make sure that you know they're on track. Okay, and then when they're getting positive results, and you can ask, has anyone noticed your results? And this is when we start dropping in that referral, leading in with referrals, because we know that they know people that we can help that have noticed. And so you need to teach them how to naturally refer people to you. Okay, you don't want their friends and family going, oh, they're on Herbalife, type in Herbalife and go to someone else. You want them to come back to you so you can look after them. And then if they all end up getting registered and want to do the business, they're all underneath each other, all working together. That's what you want to have happen, okay? And if the results aren't great, get back to basics always. 3, 2, 1, shakes a day, tablets 3 times a day. All of it should be back to basics, and then always go back to these questions, okay? There's not much point in asking if anyone's noticed or referrals if they're not getting great results. Okay, and we'll do a role play in a little bit as well. So did anyone have anything they wanted to add to that with the follow-up questions?
Well, I think, and Jan always said, before you go to do your follow-up, make sure you have a shake as well. And to listen to your client's voice, you will know if they've had their shake or not.
Yep.
You'll hear it. But I think that's something that was very beneficial. And as you go through the follow-up, maybe not the first day, but after that, always start with a story. I was speaking to Mary, she's lost a kilo, how are you going? It's amazing how the client will have a different attitude and talk differently to you. Well, I didn't do too badly, whereas if you ask, how did you go? Oh, well, that's the difference.
Yeah. I really, Shelley, could I just add to that? I think listening to that, I think it's a really good idea if we all have a product mentor. Because, we can all be really good about the products and know how to talk to customers, but sometimes there's time where you're having a whinge, like I often do to Jan about I've got so much to do or whatever. Jan has said, I'm just listening to you, and I know you haven't had a shake like at this minute. Go and get them in your shake. But, sometimes we do need, like a physical fitness mentor, the person that we go to the park with, or the guy or whoever, the girl that teaches us the weights and stuff. We often do need to have somebody that you can talk to, and that they say to you, what, I just feel like what you need to do at the moment is go out and get another shake with some more protein, put some vitamins and minerals in, and joint support, and take it all day in one go. Or go out and have some tea at this point in time. And it is amazing. It does make you do a double take and think about it.
Yeah, you just feel yourself getting topped up again, because it's very easy to just keep putting out and giving out and not giving back to yourself. So in fact, I had this conversation with a customer this morning about how busy her schedule is, and that sometimes then she'll not eat for 5 hours because she's so busy giving to everyone and dropping everything to go and do whatever it is that's asked of her, and then she hasn't put any fuel in her tank and given back to herself. And I said, there's only so long you're going to be able to do that for. And I said, you need to be able to give to you, and because it's so important. We're the ones leading by example here. So yes, very interesting, and women do tend to do that as well. So we've got to give to ourselves first, and then we can pour out to more people. So yes, I think we can all help keep each other accountable, I think. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, here's the measurements. Sorry, I thought it was before. So just making sure that we measure. So I like to measure sometimes in extra spots as well. I always do upper chest. I get them to put their arms out like they're flying. Then I do the bust, and then I do under the bust, belly button. Sometimes I'll do a lower tummy because some women have quite a long torso and they've got different spots you can see they can reshape. So if you need to do extra measurements, make sure you do them. And the upper thigh and the arm. But some people might have a spot that they're trying to lose, so they want to do their neck or whatever, then you can also do that. And when I met, like, so obviously I've got a lot of clients that measure themselves, but if I'm actually measuring someone, I measure quite firm because I don't want them to think, oh, I did it loose last week and then I'm just pulling tight this week, and of course they've lost. You know, it's always a firm measurement. And I get really excited about centimeters, and I always measure first before I weigh them, because what I'd have happen is they'd come in, jump on the scales, weight hadn't moved, but they lost 10 centimeters and they couldn't be happy about it. And I went, it's like, yeah, centimeters are amazing. You know, I expect 5 to 8 centimeters each week minimum. That's a really good average. And I know if they lose about 50 centimeters, that's about a dress size. That's how I know. So I'm always saying, we've got to get to 50 centimeters. And then, you know, if you want to lose 2 dress sizes, you've got to lose 100 centimeters. And so you've really got to get excited about centimeters. So make sure they measure first, then they weigh. You've got to protect their attitude. It's really, really important. And then taking the before photos, trying a piece of clothing that maybe they haven't been able to fit into or that was tight, and a body scan if possible, which if they don't live near you, that's not always possible. So did anyone have any other tips for measuring?
Shelley, it's Jan here. Yes, just with the measurement, something I've always done for many years, and I got this off one of the president's team from the United States, one of the Holloway girls actually, with measuring out a piece when they've lost several centimetres. Obviously, it needs to be something of consequence. Cut a piece of green ribbon and put a congratulations card above it and sort of send it off to them. Or the other thing is get them, you know, sort of on a piece of paper, measure out how many centimetres it is with a green pen or red pen, so they can actually see physically how much centimetres they've actually lost. Hearing the numbers is one thing, but seeing physically how much centimetres they have lost makes a big difference. Then they can put it on their fridge, whatever, and they can watch how many more centimetres they lose after that.
Yes, and people are really visual, and then other people might see it.
Yes, absolutely.
Hang on 2 seconds. I'm not sure they were anything on the thing. Mackenzie's got a pair. So, oh, here we go. There's a pair here, honey. Just there. Okay, so thank you for sharing. I think it's such a great thing to do that visual thing, because often when they're at the centre, I will get the tape measure. I'll say, look how much you've lost. You've lost this much. And sometimes I'll take a photo with them holding it and take a photo as well, and then I can post it and, yeah, and say how exciting that was. So yes, I think, you know, we're very visual, so anything you can do that stimulates that visual side for us is very effective.
Shelley, I had a lady and she didn't lose weight and she didn't lose centimeters, but when I sort of told the story and said, how are you going, she said, I'm wearing a skirt I haven't worn for 8 years, though I haven't lost centimeters or weight. And I just was able to say, well, you're reshaping. So, because we don't always measure where we're losing. So trying on a piece of clothing is really important, I think.
Yep, clothing fits better. It's all those things and different things. Because I always say to people, do you care what you weigh, or do you care how you fit in your clothes and what your size is? So if your strength is your centimetres and reshaping, that's what you should be concentrating on. So yep, you're definitely right.
Hi, Shelley.
Hello.
Lynn here. Hello. So usually I will sort of on the first day find out why people obviously want to lose weight, and if usually there's a goal behind it. So it might be August, they're getting married or something like that. So that's always good to work with a goal, I find. The other thing that I get them to do is to put on the fridge or somewhere visual, maybe in their makeup cabinet, a photo where they last loved the way that they looked. If it can't be, like if it's too much in the open with other people, I'll get them to put it as their screensaver, the last photo. So it might have been pre-kids, or it might have been on their wedding day or something like that. So that's a visual. And also depending on how much weight one would have to lose, if it's 10 or more kilos, I'd only ever suggest this for the visual side of things. So where they're washing up every day, they may want to put 10 marbles into a little cup. And on the other side, there's an empty cup. So each week they can move a marble across. So then they can visually see that, you know, there's 6 marbles in there and they've only got 4 left to go. So that's always good for the mindset as well. So yeah, they're just little things that we've done in the past, apart from, you know, having that famous black dress. And I'll always ask for them to put on that dress every Wednesday and see how they felt in it, where they needed to lose weight. And that's where centimetres comes back as well, because they may have only lost 3 kilos. However, the dresses fit in, you know, they can actually get it up past their knees now.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's important.
Excellent. Yeah, and I think they're all those things to have a piece of clothing hanging or something like that. And I think that photo, you're right about that, because I had someone just started back on the products again after a little while, and she'd actually lost quite a bit of weight. And of course, what was coming up in her Facebook memories was her photo of when she'd lost all her weight. And she said that her husband came in and she was crying, and he's going, "What are you crying at?" She goes, "Look, that's what I used to that." And then she contacted me, and she's on the product, she's on a challenge. She's actually referred 2 people onto the challenge, and she's talking to other people as well. She said, I know I said I didn't want to do the business, but I've got some people asking me. And so it's just this natural progression of what can happen when someone really believes in it. So yes, it's been very interesting having some people just, you know, lose their weight and then not listen to the how to maintain thing, and they've had to go through that pain of putting some weight back on and then coming back again. But, you know, sometimes we've got to do things a few times, but those before photos or previous photos really do help. So I just wanted to run through the 2 groups. Now, I realize that different, there's people on here that have their own client groups, which is not a problem at all. But if you don't and you want to plug people into it, this is the ones we've got. We've got Healthy Active Lifestyle. There are a few groups named this, and I've just changed it from a secret group to a closed group just to make it a little bit easier to add people on, because I was having a few issues with Facebook glitches. So if you need the link to this, just let me know. And this is where we share all our for our clients, or it can be for members to share. This is where you share all your product stories, your shake recipes, meal ideas, you know, fitness tips, and anything that you're doing. And I've actually got the challenge on this group too at the moment, running inside this group. So it just sort of worked a bit easier for me. So there's lots of really good resources. So if you need someone to plug your clients that are on Facebook into it and you don't have your own group yet, or you just want to see how a group's done, more than welcome to jump on that. And then Challenge Yourself Daily, of course, is for members. So people that want to do the business. So don't add people until you know that they want to be active members. So this is obviously a secret group here, you can see. And you can just, I can send you, actually add you onto the group or any of your team. So just let me know if you need that to happen. So this is where you'll be sharing if you've got a new client or you've achieved something, anything like that that you think is to do with the business and achievements, personal development, different trainings and things coming up in your area. You can put it all on here. This is where you share it. Okay. So they're the 2 groups. And just a little bit more to do with Facebook. So I know Facebook's not for everyone, but it is a great support tool if you use it the right way. Okay, so I only ever put positive things on Facebook. So I obviously have my personal timeline, which I've got a really good training on how to set your Facebook profile and everything up, which I did with Irene a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Sat and we went through a few things. Was it last weekend? Sorry, it feels like ages ago. So we did a little bit of Facebook training, which was really cool. So you can use it, you know, in a positive way, and you know, everyone can share their stories and their shake recipes and their tips and their hints. It's inspiring, encouraging. It's a positive place for people to come to, because as we know, people can be out there on the products on their own in their area and maybe feel a bit isolated and maybe have some negativity around them. So this is the place they can plug into for positivity. Clients can ask questions and have them answered. You can recognize your clients for the results, and it's a really nice community feeling and a sense of belonging. So this is why these groups work so well. And the more you share, the better it goes. So, and I know this will keep building up over time with these groups once people get used to sharing on it. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to share, or people won't think what I've got is good, you know, someone just might be ready to hear whatever it is that you have gone through yourself or achieved or something you're doing. Someone will go, oh, well, I was thinking about that, or I wanted to ask that, but I was too scared, and you've gone and helped, you know, give them that information. So don't be afraid to share. Okay, so that's the posting on the groups. So it's no different than posting on your timeline, is posting on the group. Okay, so yeah, please do share. I totally encourage it. Okay, so tips for fast results. So when people start someone on the product, so I just had this with Deb, who I started on a program this morning. She came and joined the challenge, and she got picked up a program. And she said, oh, what should I put it in? I was just going to have skim milk. I went, no. So don't put it in skim milk. I know she already has problems with regularity. So I said, the last thing you want to do is put it in cow's milk. Lactose-free milk, not a problem. Skim milk, low-fat milk, any of those still have lactose in them. And if you are not drinking milk, you're only putting it in your shakes, and you're not used to that, you can have all sorts of problems. And we know it can slow down weight loss, cause constipation, and all sorts of things. We don't want that. So they can use soy, juice, water, almond milk, lactose-free milk, oat milk, rice milk, etc. Just something that they enjoy it in. Definitely making sure they drink plenty of water. We know the products are water soluble, so we know they work better with lots of water. Add the personalized protein powder in if they're feeling hungry, and it makes the shakes thicker and creamier, and you can add it to your cooking. Snacks definitely help. I know that if someone has a healthy snack for mid-morning and mid-afternoon, they're going to get better results. Supplements before the main meal if possible, because they're not going to eat as much. It makes them feel fuller. The Herbie beverage, not just 3 or 4 cups, make it 6 to 8. Just increasing it a bit more really does help. Aloe 3 times a day, doubling up on cellulose at certain times. In fact, I just had a client come this morning too who joined the challenge, and she said that cellulose is a lifesaver. She said, I used to have fat ankles. She goes, I don't have fat ankles anymore, and she's lost 8 kilos, and she's really, really happy. So that was a really great reminder of the power of cellulose. And obviously chitosan, which used to be the old, we had the old Formula 6s, which was like the Cheetah's Delight, absorbs fat out of the food, takes it out. Great if you're going out to dinner or having fatty meals or treats and things like that, but make sure you drink it with plenty of water. So that's quite an amazing product. So there's some tips that I thought of. So does anyone else have some tips for faster results who would like to share?
It's Jan here. Just with the beverage, for people who need to lose a fair bit of weight and size and everything, sometimes they make their beverage and sip on it and take too long to drink it. So the best way to get fast results, and I've proven this for myself when I do it, like put it in less water and drink it quickly, like a shot, a couple of mouthfuls. You can always make another one and drink it leisurely as an extra, but having it as a shot really does give an impact to your metabolism, and it definitely makes it work better because I know I've proved it on myself.
Yep, I totally agree with that one. I think it was Dr. Jamie who talked about the thermo shots, and or instant herbal beverage now, but it used to be called thermogenics. And you just have those, those smaller ones. Sometimes I'm feeling a bit tired, I'll have 2 small ones in a row, and that's just great for getting that energy level back up again. So I think that's a really great tip. So for people, I think she said it was people for sluggish metabolisms, or like you said, someone's got a bit of weight to lose. So definitely having those little instant herbal beverage shots. So definitely worth trying that. Did anyone else have any more tips?
Kelly, just on some of the shred challenges that they're doing with a lot of the guys from overseas, and they're really starting to get into competition bodies and things like that, they're suggesting having 2 scoops of fibre, in thermo first thing in the morning. They're saying that really, really helps you before you've had any food, anything, to start, gathering up, fat, etc., and shredding the body of fat. So I started trying that, and, it's quite fine. It tastes good, so just all these little hints that people, can think about. Definitely.
So, yes, so many great tips. And you know what, there's always more too. So the more you end up talking to people, especially people that have been on the products a long time, there's all these little things that we got taught in the nutrition trainings with some of the doctors and scientists that came, and I still use them today, which is really cool. So thank you for sharing your tips. So taste is really important too. So you really want to become a gourmet Herbalife shake maker. You want to have lots of fun, and it's something I think even after 27 years, so next month will be my 28th anniversary, and that I'm always still finding new ways to have the products and different recipes. It's something I love doing, and I love sharing it as well. And so definitely blend with lots of ice. That thickens it up without calories. You can freeze it overnight or make them up in the fridge. So people that maybe are going, I don't have enough time. So I was saying this to Deb because she says, I've got the products there, but then I get caught out and I get caught at work and I have to go quickly. I said, well, if they're in the freezer, you could grab them and take them with you, or have some stuff in the bag with you so you can make it up when you get there. So I'm trying to find ways that she's always got the products with her. So always make a shake for someone whenever possible. And I realize that sometimes we're in the country areas, they live too far away. So making sure you're always supplying lots of recipes. But if you can make one there with someone, make 2 or 3 different ones and find that one they really, really do love. and you want to show them what to do. It's that show, tell, try, do thing. You can do shake parties, have tastings, client evenings, fun competitions with masterclass competitions. You can make it a lot of fun, and they need to love their shake, okay? And so don't stop trying different recipes until they find something they absolutely love. This is so important, because how are they going to take it long term if they don't love it? So if I get someone goes, oh, I don't like having shakes all the time. Hey, no problems. You can eat it. You can eat it. You can drink it. So you can put it in porridge. You can put it on cereal. You can have it with yogurt or fruit. So how many people here eat their shake sometimes? I know I do. Right. So, and obviously we can make smoothies and we can drink it. So and we can make snacks out of it. We can have it as recovery nutrition. It's so versatile. So you need to show people how versatile it is, and have lots of fun and keep sharing recipes. So there is that group on Facebook, the Herbalife Masterclass recipes. There's lots of recipes shared on there. Probably the only tip I would give is that I never cook or bake or boil the Formula One. Yes, it'll still taste fine, but you'll pretty much cook the nutrients out of it. So I've only got one recipe with the Formula One where I just microwave it for 35 seconds and that's it. That's the most you'll ever see me cooking the Formula One. Can I cook the personalised protein powder in soups and casseroles and muffins and stuff? Absolutely. Could I mix the Formula One into some icing or yogurt on the side with something with pancakes? Absolutely. So you can still have it with the dish, just don't cook it. So just so that you've got that complete nutrition content. So that's something I feel fairly strong about. So you definitely use all the recipes, but get creative with how you use that Formula One. I think one of the ones I'm going to try and use, I did see it on Facebook the other day, the Turkish Delight recipe, where they use the CR7 drive and the Rebuild, and they make a Turkish Delight smoothie out of it. I'm going to try that and I'll let you know what it's like. But these are some of the different ways. So this is my famous pancake. So it's got the PPP in here and it's got the Formula One in the yogurt. This is one of the Herbie egg muffins. So I only microwave it for 35 seconds. And then you can add all the yogurt with the Formula One in here and some berries. You've got your joy balls or your protein balls. You could mix some Formula One into yogurt and coat it on berries and then freeze it. You've got muesli or porridge. You can turn them. I've done a lot of icy poles and ice creams this week, or any sort of gourmet thing. So did anyone have any other ideas that they would have to mix their Formula One in?
Shelley, Jennifer, I have to say that I personally am not so wrapped in the sweet things that we make, although most people love it. But I do like it when you make savoury things. So if you can mix it into like some soup, pumpkin soup, etc. And I was just thinking, possibly mentioned before, but as you were talking, just putting some protein powder and things into dips that you even buy from the shop, and if you're adding protein to anything that you're eating, the protein has got to be, the more you add protein to the body, the better that you are if you weight loss. So if somebody feels like some dip, on some light biscuits or something as a snack, if they add some protein powder in there, all that has to make. So for me, I'd rather have savoury things rather than the things.
Well, that's such a great thing to mention too, Jennifer, because you do have people that are more savoury. So yes, could they mix the PPP into dips or soups or casserole dishes? I know I've done it in the turkey mince burgers. So it helps it bind it together and ups the protein, and there's a fair bit of protein in it anyway. It's just knowing that you can add it into all those sort of things, and it's not necessarily something sweet, even though I am a huge sweet tooth, obviously, my post. But I know how versatile. You could mix it in with some eggs and do scrambled eggs, mashed potato. You know what? It's just it's limitless. So when winter comes up, I know that we've got all these great recipes we're going to be able to share, and how versatile Herbalife is. Easter, I'm getting geared for Easter with some different recipes, because there's so many different ones to show that how great Herbalife is over Easter as well, and you don't have to worry about gaining weight and going overboard with chocolate when you can have all the healthy versions. So I think it's really great. So make sure you keep sharing all your recipes with everybody. So going over and above the call of duty. So I think this is pretty much what everyone's like in Herbalife. Anyone that's attracted to the company tends to be the sort of people that just want to give anyway and do more than what is required. I think it's just one of those essential qualities of a Herbalife coach. If you need to contact someone daily, how many of us have called someone every day if they had to? Yeah, we've done it. You know, someone that just needed that little bit extra care. Having a referral program, giving gifts and thank you cards. I know you are all fantastic at that. Monthly and quarterly newsletters. Yes, we can do our own, but Herbalife's come up with these fantastic monthly ones now that you can just share with your clients. Birthday cards with BizWorks. It's so easy to remember birthdays with your customers. Giving recognition on Facebook or face-to-face, certificates, helping them with goals, giving them asking them 3 reasons why they want to achieve their goal, because the why is the most important thing. Different events that you can do, articles of clothing. There's lots of different things that you can do to help them set goals. You know, what events have they got coming up, a wedding or something like that. And above all, care more about the client than the money. And sometimes it's hard when you're doing Herbalife and you need to make money to pay bills and things like that. And I remember being in that position when I first got started. Money was really tight, and I just had to put it out of my mind and focus on what was best for them, because if I did that, the money would come anyway. And it took a little bit of mental discipline to do that, but it was definitely worth doing. And of course, we know that 70% of the President's Team members were customers first. So this is an amazing pull for you to recruit, and they might not be ready straight away. Like I know, Jennifer, you said you just had someone come back into the business after years and years, and you just don't know when people are ready to give things another go, or when they're ready, you know, even if it's someone that's brand new. So follow-up does equal fortune, and you want to have that attitude that you're looking after your customer, because they could be your next President's Team member. Treat them like gold and do that rock star follow-up like Lydia always says. So did anyone have any extra things they wanted to add to that? No, that's cool. Go through. So these are when challenges arise. So of course, we're not always going to have the perfect customer that everything, you know, it's great. We do get them. You get the ones that just breeze along and they love it and they're happy and everything's going great. But what happens if you get someone that is finding it difficult? They don't like the shakes. They're having problems. Your reaction needs to be one of these. And of course, Mark Hughes was always fantastic. His was no problem. Might be aha or awesome, that's working. I don't know about that. All I know is results, results, results. Feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt that way too, but what I found is solution, solution. So you need to come up with some ways of handling things instead of going, you know, you want to go, yep, not a problem. You know, how can I help you? Or this is the solution. Let's get on to that. How are we going to solve this? And start thinking that way, that it's okay if someone doesn't have a smooth ride through the products. They have a bit of detox or dietary change. If they get constipated, they don't like the taste of the shake, they can't take tablets like me. I was one of those people. I still have trouble taking the tablets after 27 years, but I found a way to do it. So you can use your own personal experience, or you can use other people's experience to solve any of those issues that come up. But just remember, milk does cause a lot of issues. So if they're not a milk drinker, just go straight to lactose-free milk or something like that. And there's a lot of people that like their shakes on water and ice, and just loading it up with more Herbalife, that's fine too. Okay, so you just got to find those solutions. So did anyone have maybe an issue that's come up with someone and how they were able to solve that? You have a think about a client that you've had, something came up that you found that you were able just to get them through a bumpy patch.
Shelley, Jennifer here. You know what I've found a few times, many relatives will sort of say to you, and I've had that experience where you have a lifeline, as an example, herbal lifeline, and you feel like it sticks in your throat. But what I've found is that, you know, when you have them cold, you know, and they've got it fairly hard outside, I find all the time now that if I leave mine so that the outside softens up, you know, and even when you put it in your mouth and you keep it there for, you know, so many seconds or something, it starts to get that stage where it starts dissolving and it goes down without actually getting that feeling of getting caught in your throat. So little things like that, you know, that come up that you think, hey, feels like it's sort of stuck here a bit. I need to drink more water. But I've found actually it's when, you know, you've had them cold, the winter time, or you put them in the fridge, you know, and it takes a while for that outer coating to dissolve. And they're just little hints that I've come up with for me and for people around.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go through a role play in a minute. I'm just going to see what's next slide. Okay. Mackenzie, are you available, darling? Okay. So Mackenzie's agreed to do the role play with me. Olivia, and say hi to everyone.
Hi.
customer.
Hello.
This is my new customer, Mackenzie, who's actually been on the products. Well, I took the products while I was pregnant, and then you started using when you were 12 months. How old are you now? 11. So you've never been on antibiotics. You've never had gastro or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a shake today? Yeah. You did. Good. So Mackenzie's my brand new customer, and I'm going to be setting her up on a quick start program. She could be local or she could live interstate. She knows I'm calling her on her first day, and this is how I do follow up over the phone. So you're going to speak loud so everyone can hear. So can everyone hear Mackenzie okay? Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to ring.
Hi.
Hi, Mackenzie. How are you? Guess what? I just spoke to my client, Melissa, and she's lost 1.5 kilos and 12 centimetres this week. How did you go on your first day?
Hi, Shelley. Okay, I guess. I didn't like the taste of my shake.
Cool. Can you hear that okay?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, no problems. What did you put it in?
I put it in milk and the 2 spoons of formula. It was really lumpy.
Okay. So I thought you said you didn't drink milk, but that's okay. I would probably recommend almond milk or soy milk, plus blend in some berries and banana and other fruits. Using the blender makes your shake smoother and thicker. How does that sound?
Yes, good. I will get some almond milk and fruit today.
Great, Mackenzie. Did you read the recipe book I sent you? There are heaps of great ideas. Just choose 2 or 3 recipes to try.
Yes, I have flicked through it. I will use a couple to try this week.
Fantastic. So how did you go with your tabs?
Yes, they have made me feel a bit sick afterwards and I have trouble swallowing them.
No problems. I know how you feel. I felt that way too. And what I found is that when I had them after my shake or with my shake, I didn't get nauseous. This really worked for me.
Oh, okay. I'll give that a try. Thanks.
Okay, so what did you have as your snack?
I only had an apple this morning.
Okay, so just keep in mind, Mackenzie, that healthy snacks speed up your results. Just have a look at the list I gave you and have 2 a day. That way you won't be hungry and it's going to help your metabolism.
Okay, I'll try and have some more snacks.
Great, Mackenzie. You've done really well today. Make sure you have your 2 shakes, tabs 3 times a day, 1 main meal, just cut back a bit, 2 snacks and plenty of water, and you'll get fantastic results on day 4 or day 7. Did you have any questions for me?
No, it's all good.
Great. I'll give you a call in 3 days to get your results. Feel free to call me if you need me. Ring.
Hi.
This is day 4. Hi, Mackenzie. How are you?
Not too bad. I tried those recipes and I like the tropical delight and the hazelnut surprise. I have been drinking my tabs with the shake. Much easier.
Fantastic. I love those recipes too. I just spoke to my client, Kerry, and she's lost 9 centimetres in 7 days.
That's pretty good. I'm having a couple of issues. I haven't been going to the toilet properly. It's been 2 days.
No problems. How much water are you drinking? She just said she's having trouble going to the toilet. How much water are you drinking?
About 4 glasses. I'm finding it hard to remember to drink more.
Okay, well, you really need to drink more. Water helps the products to work better and it speeds up your results. You should read the water article that I sent you.
Oh yeah, I'll read that today. I just keep forgetting. I'm not thirsty.
Okay, well, drinking more water will definitely help you be more regular and you'll get better results. Just get some reminders on your phone and take your water bottle with you everywhere. And let's check your results. The weight's the same and you've lost 5 centimetres.
I'm really disappointed.
Well, you know what? 5 centimetres is a great start. Every centimetre counts and as body fat you're losing. Let's get you increasing your water, okay?
Okay, I will try.
Great, you can do it, Mackenzie. The results will come. Just have your 2 shakes, your 1 main meal, just cut back, tabs 3 times a day, 2 snacks, and drink plenty of water.
Okay, shall we?
Awesome, Mackenzie. I'll call you in 3 days. Call anytime if you need me. Cool. Day 7. Ring.
Hi.
Hi, Mackenzie. How are you going this week? How did Lawrence go at soccer?
I'm a lot better. I am drinking more water and I have found an app that sends me reminders every 2 hours drinking water. It's really helped. Lawrence had a great game. Thanks for asking.
That's fantastic, Mackenzie. I might have to share that with my customers.
I will send you the link.
Okay, thanks. So how did you go with your results this week?
Much better. I've lost 1 kilo and 5 centimeters at the start, but I want more.
Okay, well, that's a fantastic day 7 result. You're going to start building momentum and you'll get great results next week too. So just keep being consistent and really enjoy the program. Try some new recipes and remember, healthy snacks speed up your results. Just choose off the snacks list.
I will, thanks. I have even noticed more energy this week, and I am sleeping better too.
Excellent. This is just the beginning. You're going to feel fantastic. I'll give you a call next week for your day 14 results, and keep up that water.
Thanks, Shirley. Looking forward to it.
Cool. Day 14. Ring, ring.
Hi.
Good morning, Mackenzie. How was your week?
Yeah, pretty good. I made a new shake recipe, and I made the Herbalife chocolates. They're so yummy.
I know. I love the chockies too. My favorite is cookies and cream. Can you share your new shake recipe on our Facebook group?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. I was just talking to Kate and she's lost 1.7 kilos and 8 centimeters this week on the advanced program.
Wow, that's fantastic. I had pretty good results this week, and I have lost 1 kilo and 6 centimeters. I can start to feel it in my clothes.
This is so great, Mackenzie. You now have lost a total of 2 kilos and 16 centimeters in 14 days. How good is that? That's over a centimeter a day, and you're starting to build momentum. Make sure you stay consistent and always have your 2 shakes, tab 3 times a day, 1 main meal, just cut back, 2 snacks plus.
Yeah, I know. Lots of water because it speeds up my results.
You've got it, Mackenzie. So have a great time at your mum's birthday party on the weekend. Call me if you need me. And make sure that you try the sample of the instant herbal beverage I sent you.
Thanks, Shelley. I will.
Right, so we're up to day 21. We're almost done, guys. So ring, ring. Hi, Mackenzie. How are you going?
Really good. I love that herbal beverage. I got so much energy. Plus, I didn't pick out any sweets at my mum's birthday party.
Fantastic. I saw the photos on Facebook from your mum's birthday. It looked like fun. I know the beverage. I love the beverage too. I don't eat so much chocolate anymore, and I definitely love that extra energy it gives me. How did you go this week? We're up to day 21, and it takes 21 days to form a habit.
I'm really happy with my results this week. I lost 1.2 kilos and 12 centimeters. I think that herbal beverage helped too.
Awesome results. So now you've lost a total of 3.2 kilos and 28 centimeters in 21 days. Well done. You're well on your way to your goal. So you will need another program next week. What flavor Formula 1 would you like to try this time? And would you like to add the herbal beverage?
I was thinking cookies and cream, and yes, I definitely want the herbal beverage.
Fantastic. I'll organise that for you, and you'll now be on the advanced program. You'll get even better results.
I'm so excited. Oh, and my mum has seen my results, and she is interested too. I will give you her number so you can talk to her about it.
Your mum sounds pretty cool. So, okay, that's great. I would love to help your mum. Did you read the info on the VIP pack where you can get 25% off for 12 months? Also, if you have 3 friends, Mackenzie, and you order and they order, you can get your product for free. How does that sound?
Really? Wow, that would be great. I will have a think about other people I know and get back to you.
Great. Well, I'll arrange your VIP pack with your advanced program, and you will be able to get 25% off for 12 months. You're doing such a fantastic job. Keep going. You're definitely going to reach your goal.
Thanks, Shelley. I really appreciate the support.
Cool. Day 28. We're almost at the end of the month. Ring, ring.
Hi.
Hi, Mackenzie. How are you? Did your VIP pack arrive?
Yes, I love the cool bag. Cookies and cream shake is so yummy. Thanks for the extra recipes you emailed.
You are most welcome. I'll go over the VIP pack with you. How did you go with your results?
Yes, really good. I lost another kilo and 6 centimeters.
Fantastic. That's a total of 4.2 kilos and 34 centimeters in your first month. Well done.
Yes, I'm really happy with that.
Excellent. Did you see the free ticket in your member pack, your VIP pack, about the next STS training?
Yes, I did. What's that?
Well, it's where you get to learn all about the products and hear lots of results. There's some business info in there as well. Plus, you get to have some yummy shakes and herbal beverage, and sometimes we even have a cocktail party afterwards.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. I would love to come. Can I bring my mum?
Yep, of course you can. I'll give you the address and show you how to register and show you how to invite your mum too. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Me too.
Great. So keep having your 2 shakes, tabs 3 times a day, 1 main meal, and lots of water, and the great results will keep coming.
Thanks, Shelley. I will see you on Saturday. Bye.
Cool. So that is a basic. Did everyone like that?
Yay! Well done, Mackenzie.
Was that fun? Cool. Thank you. You're a star now. You can go.
Very good.
Thank you, my darling. So I just wanted to show you that sometimes it's okay if someone's not getting great results or they're having a few issues. You can just roll through it. Maybe that was a little bit more streamlined, and sometimes you can have more difficult clients, but that's the whole process through the month, assuming they're going to order, you know, samples like Jan's really great at, and just taking them through that whole process. So did anyone have anything to add to that?
No, it was perfect.
Very good.
Mackenzie only got to practice that once with me this afternoon. So just
You will.
cool. So what's next? That's basically our customer care and follow-up. And you know what? I know there's so much more, and I think Jennifer and Jan made a really good point about making sure that before you speak to people, and I think Irene covered this too, attitude before we talk to people, make sure you keep doing your personal development, that you hang around people that are going to lift you up, that you take the products consistently, because people can tell when you haven't taken your products. So you want to have a good attitude when you're talking to people. So make sure that that's such an important thing that I'm really glad that he's all mentioned. So what's coming up next? Obviously, we've got our call next Monday night, which will be on recruiting. So obviously we're stepping through retail, follow-up, recruiting, and so on. You've got your weekly events in your local area. Know your schedule and start inviting people into the things that you have. And you haven't got anything, create something, a shake party. You know, it could be anything at all. Fit club, and a Herbalife opportunity meeting, whatever it is, create something to invite people into. It's really, really important. Know when all your kickoffs and STSs are for February. The Spectacular is obviously coming up really fast. I've got some slides coming up for that, and we've got the Extravaganza in June in Hong Kong. So here's the slides for the Spectacular. So I just went through and looked for some. So it's obviously at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre from the 8th to 10th of February. We've got fantastic speakers, and you've basically got all of Australia and New Zealand coming. It's our highlight event for the year with lots of recognition and information. So it's going to be a fantastic place to invite people to. It's open to all members to open up that big picture. So we've got Dan Waldron, who basically worked with Mark Hughes. So it's just like having Mark Hughes at a training. And we've got Dr. Dana Ryan, who's fantastic as well. She is an amazing trainer with lots of great information, especially about sports nutrition. So we're really lucky to have her. I'm not sure if the ticket's been cut off yet. I'm just checking. Are they still available?
I think they're still available.
I
Right.
hope so.
They really want people to really think about it right up till the last minute. You know, you meet people, and it's only a matter of asking them, telling them, and letting them see what they're missing.
Yep.
Because really, you know, that's what it's about. Promote till the last minute, because you never know who suddenly says, you know what, I'd love to go to that. I've never been to like that. It's like when someone asks you to a party or something, you know, often, you know, you don't think, well, hey, somebody's going to ask me to go somewhere. So we seem to be reluctant to ask people at the last minute. All you've got to do is then find a plan for them to get there. And that might be a bit that you're thinking, oh, they can't afford it, this or that. But there's still cheap fares that people can get. And I know it's difficult in different areas, etc. But, you know, once they've said yes, you can make a plan. Shop around, you can ask anyone else, does anyone else have someone they can share with, etc., etc. You know, something can be done the minute they say yes, that they'll go.
And don't assume as well. Let them make the decision for a yes or a no. Don't assume someone's not interested. Just let them know about it, and then they can decide. So here's some of the other ones as well. This is the agenda. Obviously, the Herbalife Nutrition Foundation bike riders come in on the Thursday. Then we've got some great training for Active World team and TAB team on the Friday, including the exclusive qualifiers evening. And then we've got general training on Saturday and Sunday, including the circus theme party on the Saturday night. So you come as your favourite circus character, or there's lots, you know.
Anyone that can come and welcome the riders in, you know, at the entrance to the convention centre that's up there. I mean, it means a lot to them. They've been riding for 5.5 years. I'm going to be there. We're leaving on the 31st to go down, and we start in Melbourne. I'm going to be a helper. But it really was an amazing eye-opener to me last year, seeing the way these guys helped each other, mentored each other, started off in the freezing cold of the morning, got burnt to death during the middle of the day, you know, people crying off their bikes, you know, all the little things I think about, and people going back, you know, to talk to them, find out what they've eaten, you know, what they haven't eaten, what their hydrate's been like, thinking do they need some extra whatever, glucose or something, then sort of getting on a bike and re-riding and mentoring them along the way. It's just amazing the effort these guys put in, and that's why I'd like to give them their bit more of their 5 minutes of glory. If anyone does get there early to welcome in, it does make them really feel happy, because these guys have not just raised money themselves, they've actually done this work, you know. And if you hear them along the way, they're all saying, it's for the kids, it's for the kids, it's for the kids, it's for the kids. You know, it's a great mentor driving thing that they've got their own little you know, mantra. And you know, all I can say is if you guys can be there early and welcome them in, do be there. It's amazing for them.
Excellent. Thank you, Jennifer. So there's the agenda. This is all on myherbalife.com.au. Obviously, there's for bringing your first line members you get different incentives as well. So make sure you have a look at this flyer on the website and print it off. And for those that have qualified for the VIP seating and the VIP evening, congratulations. That's amazing. So great to be sitting right up the front. And this is the vacation. So that's the spectacular. So make sure that you've invited absolutely everyone you can. And that if you're going, make sure you've got everything organised. That's all I can say, because that's coming up really quickly. That's in like 2 weeks, isn't it? Something like that. Obviously we've got Hong Kong, but I decided to focus on the vacation, so just to be open to all supervisors. There was a double volume month in August, plus there's lots of other ways to collect vacation points. And I took Jan's advice, and I went looking for some different photos from Vietnam as well. So obviously there's Ho Chi Minh City, but there's also all this it's such a beautiful country. So start visualizing yourself there. And we're taught so much about visualization. See yourself there. So this is an amazing thing, and anyone can qualify for this. You need to be a supervisor first. So if there was ever a reason to be a supervisor, this would be it. Jennifer, did you have anything to add to that?
Just little things I think of along the way. On my Facebook this week, just coincidentally, there was a lot of short videos from different, you know, events that were happening around the world. You know, I got one from Malaysia of a party that they're having. I guess it was their first of the year event. And I think it was one from England. Yeah, it was from Shinta in England, about a party they were having over there, you know, where she is in the north part of England. And so if you can get some of this stuff, I'll see if I can email it on. I'm really hopeless getting stuff off Facebook, but unless the girls are here to help me. But at the same time, when you guys go down there, if you can take little clips of video of the party, of the crowd, of the glitz and the glamour, you know, of the crowds of people, and keep that little video for next year, you know, and during the year when you want to show it to people. This is the party I went to. This is what we did. Man, it was just amazing. And you only think afterwards, after you've seen all the costumes and all the fun, and you think, oh, why didn't I take that video? Why didn't I do this? So be prepared and actually, you know, have that, you know, some video going, even when Herbalife says you're not allowed to, you know. But I mean, at the party, you know, at the party and stuff like that, I think there's no problem with taking little clips, you know, on your camera, you know, talking to someone out in the hallway, getting a little interview from someone that's had a good weight loss, etc., you know, and just making your own stuff up. If I can get these little clips out of these other parties, I'll, you know, send out maybe on to Shelley and she can sell them on from there. Oh. And just because it's never too late to get people to get there. Just show people. You've got someone that's a party person. How many times have they did ask at one of the events, who joined up with Herbalife for what reason? And a couple of people, you know, we had that a particular thing that we did, about personalities, and how many people said they joined because of the fun and the party stuff that they heard about. That was really strange to me because I'm really responsible and a real, hard worker, and I don't party enough. I'm well learned to party. And, but the amount of people that said they went for the fun. And so, if you've got those videos, you can show them to people, the guys that like to get out there and have party and, bop around, and, show them, have the stuff to show to people at every opportune moment. We love them. My dog is sitting on this chair. He jumped up when I got up, and I've got about half an inch of seat to sit on. Look at the back of me here. Get up and show your face. Can you see? And I'm trying to find a place on my backside. Yeah, so anyway, do think about being prepared. Have some video going, and to take back and show people post-promotion. This is what I went to. It was a great thing since last Tuesday. You missed so much. You've just got to come with me next time. Let's make a plan now. Okay, make a plan that you're organising. We're going to book for next year. You're going to put the money down. You're going to put aside $5 a week, $10 a week towards what's happening next year, and, sometimes you have to give somebody a plan, way to think about it.
Yep. And I do think, yes, going to the to Spectacular, it's always like maybe try and take away 3 things, maybe meet 3 people that you hadn't and collect some stories. I'm always thinking, who can I get some contacts with to get them up to be a speaker in my area? I'm always thinking those sort of things. What sort of resources? Who's doing something that I want to learn about that I can go and pick their brains? They're all the things. I certainly don't drink at the party because I want a very clear mind the next day. So I'm very aware of my time there, and that I'm taking this time away from my family and from my area. So I treat it really seriously. Yes, I have a good time, but I'm thinking about what sort of things can I get out of this time that I'm investing away from my business and my family. So that's how I treat it.
At party time, think of it as networking, as making sure you meet as many people as you can do. Who's in what area that you get to know? Joe's in Canberra, or this person's in South Australia, or whatever. And when you've got someone, you've made a relationship with someone, and you know who to contact when you want to send them to a meeting to look after them.
Yes. Absolutely. So many great tips just there. I know we've gone a little bit over time. So we're finishing off now with Mark Hughes. It's simple. If I can do it, so can you. And we just want to get back to basics and keep it simple. I really appreciate that everyone shared tonight, and I can't wait to have everyone else share as well. And I'm glad that we sorted that link issue. It's nice to have you on the call, Steve. I'm glad that you're healing fast. We've been sending you some healing energy. And Rosemary, I'm really happy that we're able to get you back onto the call as well with that link issue. So that's all sorted. So next week's all about recruiting. So I want you to get your recruiting caps on for next week and share how you recruit, different tips, where your last member came from. All those sort of things are going to be for next week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you everyone for sharing. I really appreciate it. It's my favorite part to my Herbalife training is Monday nights, because I get so much out of it, just so you know. So thank you everybody. I'm just going to click through and stop sharing so that you can see everybody. Here we all are. I think a couple of people accidentally dropped off, but that's okay. I think we might have lost a couple of people. So yes, everyone's on the call, including puppies, and I know Jan sometimes has her cat. So maybe we can all bring our pets onto the call next week. No, not really.
I'll get a seat.
Although I must say, one of our puppy dogs had an upset tummy yesterday, and I went down with some aloe and probiotic mix for him to drink, and he's all better today.
Can I tell you that one of mine ended up in the emergency hospital last week, and that's another long story to tell. Anyway, I'm fine now. But we've got one that's became blind, and it was really hot, and this is beside the point. I decided to cut all their hair off, and the one that was blind, he had a whole lot of sores under his long hair. He's a Tibetan Spaniel, and I think it may be the midges here. You know, he goes out in the morning, and they were burrowing into his fur. So immediately I started putting the aloe gel. Honestly, within the day, the sores he had were just absolutely just healing up, you know, and it's just amazing the difference. This stuff is fantastic, and you've just got to learn to use it all the time and be able to tell other people. Just another customer story about our dogs that we like, you know, etc. But yeah, this is a borrowed dog I'm looking after. You know, take it over the house like everything else.
So, yeah, Herbalife for the whole family. And disclaimer, we don't claim to cure anything with products, but apparently the products are good for pets as well. So, have a fantastic evening. You can try them with your chook, Steve. And I'll see you all next week. I'm going to go get these girls into bed because I've got first day of school tomorrow. And thank you very much for being on the call.
Thank you, Shelley.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Shelley.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.